Hello, welcome to MyWebUniversity free educational videos. On my YouTube channel, I'm going to discuss chapter 5 of the book, which is shell programming. So this is mywebuniversity.com website, my website. Basically, I have posted all the videos already on the YouTube channel, as well as you can see here, there's links of the pages of the videos that you're welcome to watch. This is the main page, mywebuniversity.com. For all the videos, you can click on them, and then it will direct you to YouTube channel, so you can watch all the videos for it. For each chapter, basically, I have discussed a number of videos. So if you go to the main menu, which is the title of the book is The Direct Path to Linux Ubuntu. It has 7 chapters at this time, and I have covered chapter 1 through 4. And chapter 2 was the basic UNIX commands, which was, there's a lot of videos on it. Chapter 3 is the intermediate UNIX commands, and chapter 4 was advanced UNIX commands. I'll go to these ones to just give you a heads up on the videos that are already on YouTube, as well as the chapter contents. So you can, you're welcome to read them and watch them and listen to them and practice them online. All you need is internet access and access to the website using a browser, which is all free. You can go there, and then if you want to watch the videos on YouTube, you can click on the videos. If you want to practice it on the website, you could basically simply click on the chapter 2, for example, to practice all the basic command. There are about 33 commands here with examples on each of these commands. As you click on them, they will be provided, you will be provided with the actual command. You click on the command as an example, and you start practicing it online. So you don't need to install a Unix or Linux operating system in order to practice them. If you want to support me, you're welcome to just watch these banners, and if it applies to you, click on them. So, and that would be appreciated. But if you're just there for education purpose and not interested, that's also fine. Just make sure that you're going through each of these command lines, and then there's man pages and online documentation for each one of them. Like, for example, if I do a cat command here, basically it will go to the list of commands that you can run on my server, and then they get a dynamic output here on the screen of your browser, as well as you can just say, show me the man pages, which is my Python program that generates the dynamic output for you for all the man pages here. This is part of chapter 7, and that you can get any Linux and Unix command by simply typing the command name here, and then you get the output of it as well here. So if you just are doing like, let's say system D for systemctl commands, and you can just get all that information as well here. And then you can get Python, GCC, G++, whatever Linux related commands that are either listed here, or from 7,000 or 13,000 Linux commands. Then you can just type it in, and you can get it by the section as well with -S1 or S3. Watch my other video for chapter 7. I'm explaining that one in details there. And then once you're here with the practice, if you just don't want to practice it online, I have already posted chapter 2, the entire 33 commands, on a YouTube channel. So you're welcome to watch this video, and then just click on it and just watch it. In addition, for each of the subsection, I have other videos that is already posted for the same chapter. So please watch those ones and enjoy it and learn it, and make sure that you make some comments so I can make improvement based on your needs. And the more people make comments, the better videos I can make that will serve you, rather than just making videos that I don't know what your needs are. So in this case, I'm on chapter 3. Chapter 3 has another 33 commands, but these are intermediate UNIX commands. So you're welcome to watch them and then practice them similarly, like I showed you for the basic commands. Intermediate or similar, except the commands are intermediate level. I consider them an intermediate level. So for example, if you're doing change mode, change ownership, change group, I'm explaining all the thing as if it was you're reading a book. So you don't need to buy any Unix or Linux book. Everything is online available for you. And the entire manual pages, which are maybe thousands of technical documentation, they're all available for you. You're welcome to watch them there. And here I also have on the link of my website, which is on the website, I have about 66,000 technical documentation for Mac OS X, Linux, Solaris, Darwin, and everything, Unix, Windows PowerShell. You can see that list goes big if you just search for it. And any command that you just click on it, you will get the output here, like as if you're sitting on the man pages. The difference between this page is versus the one that I showed you earlier. The Python program is generating the man pages dynamically, while that is static because I don't have on the web server a Windows machine, an operating system of Mac or Solaris or another. So everything that is on a Linux, I'm just generating it dynamically, but Windows, PowerShell, and other ones are basically generated from the static page that I have there. So this is chapter 3, and then chapter 3 is advanced, intermediate, and these are the videos for it. In addition, we have chapter 4, which we already covered. Chapter 4 has advanced level Linux commands, and then this is about 88 commands. But in order for me to cover them, each one of them is like an hour and 30 minutes. I broke it into 8 sections. Each of these rows or one section. Chapter 4 part 1 would be this one. Chapter 4 part 2 would be this one. And I mean the second row, and then the third row would be chapter 4 part 3, and so on. And then the last chapter is chapter 4 part 8. And then in addition, this command of LD, AS, and make, I made another chapter, another video for building Apache web server. So if you look at all these videos that I have, chapter 4 part 1 is for the first row, chapter 4 part 2 is second row, and so on. Chapter 4 part 3, and up to chapter 4 part 8, and it says part 8 of 8. This is the one that you want to see advanced level commands and a lot of good stuff there. And then at the same time, I have how to build the Apache web server, which is posted on chapter 6 of my book. And that one is list of command LDAS and make as a separate video. So now today we're going to discuss chapter 5. Chapter 5 is about Unix and Linux shell scripting. Shell scripting could be a number of shell script. On the website, I have some shell script here that I'm going to demo quickly here. But at the same time, I have some videos that I have posted, which are some of them are like C, C++, Bash, and Python, and Python tips and tricks, as well as chapter 7, command line, and then shell script functions and other ones. And then I'm going to also put some awk video that I posted the other day, and those will be added here. And then on chapter 6 of my book, the chapter 6 is Apache web server. As you notice that on chapter 4, part 8, I mentioned that I built the ALD and GCC and configure and make. So this is a separate video that was 1 hour and 30 minutes about long, or something like that range. So that will cover all the Apache. And then I'll do another video on Apache startup processes and how we do the directives, everything together as a separate video. But let's go to chapter 5. On chapter 5, before I go actually to discuss these videos, I'm going to come up on the UNIX side, and I'm going to show you this chapter 5.sh script that I just wrote, and I'm going to run this chapter 5.sh. So basically, it will tell you, welcome to MyWebUniversity free education videos. The name of the book is The Direct Path to Linux Ubuntu. And we're at chapter 5 of my book. And chapter 5 covers Unix and Linux shell programming. The shell scripting or shell programming basically allow you to do a number of things. And for example, Bourne shell. Bourne shell is basically written by Brian Fox. Corn shell is written by David Korn. And then C shell is Stephen Byrne. And then C shell, true C shell is Billy Joy. And then let me just slow down this pause part. So IVI chapter 5.sh, and then 1 comma $ substitute the sleep. I think I waited. How long did I wait it? Sleep. Let me search for sleep. So you search for sleep. Since we're inside here, you can learn how to make modification inside VI with set command argument. So sleep 3, every time I do next, I see I'm waiting 3 seconds. I'm going to do sleep 8, so I can do a little bit time discussion. 1 comma $ saying that substitute the string sleep 3 followed by 3 with a space, and then I'm going to just change that one to sleep to 8 seconds. And then globally everything. So now all of it is done. I do WQ and then bang, write quit and exclamation mark for sure. So now I'm running this chapter 5 again. This time it's going to just wait for me to a little bit discuss on it with 8 seconds. So now I'm going to press enter for the first one. SH is the Bourne shell. Brian Fox at the GNU project, the free software replacement for the Bourne shell, wrote the Bourne shell. Corn shell is David Korn at Bell Laboratory in the early 1980s, was built at the Bell Laboratory. Bash, which stands for Born Again Shell, which is written by Stephen Bourne, author of the Bourne shell itself. The C shell is at shell. This one was by Bill Joy at the University of California, Berkeley. The syntax is much like C shell, like C programming. C shell is a shell developed by Bill Joy, and then at the University of True C shell is also here was developed by Ken Greer, beginning in the 1970s. Z shell is much like Corn shell and Bash with more features added, graphics, and more enhancement. And so AWK, we had a video the other day posted. AWK stands for the 3 pioneers that developed, which are Alfred Ahu, and then Peter Weinberger, and Brian Kernighan. Brian Kernighan is currently developing AWK as of now. He's still developing. And AWK programming is basically the type of reporting and then generation that you do with AWK is similar to Bash and Corn shell and C shell, but there's a lot more than that. It's almost like you could write the entire pattern scanning and processing language with just a few simple commands. It is almost like replacement for a lot of the UNIX commands that you could do. For example, grep, egrep, fastgrep, fgrep, or cat, set, and then other ones. So AWK has a syntax that you can do all of that one in the fly. So I'm going to just look at some of the website first to see in these scripts that we have. On the website, basically, I have provided you an interface that you can just look at the content of these script. For example, the for C shell. And basically, when you click on it, it will just tell you that this program is the shell is shebang/ben C shell, meaning that the code that comes after is C shell. You can also do a shebang, use a ben env space C shell, and that's more portable than just hard-coded with the /ben C shell. If you do it this way, it is assuming that the C shell is installed on your Bourne shell. So when you actually want to execute the command, it will just tell you that it works. And then here, the comments are showing with the pound sign. So you could see that it is to demonstrate the usage of for each and C shell. The author is Wahid Lutfi, myself, and then copyright by MyWebUniversity.com. So it's a very simple for each statement. For each of the sports, soccer, football, swimming, running, basketball, handball, tennis, volleyball. This list, it will just go for each one of them and print one at a time in a row. Similarly, for the for each statement, if you want to do a print A, B, C, D through F character in uppercase and lowercase A, B, C, D, E through F, and the number 1 through 5, you just do this syntax here. And notice that the C shell for each statement is similar to Perl for each statement, but here you have an end statement for every time you use this one. Similarly, if you do a for each on the fruit, you just basically put the name of list of fruits separated by a space within the left parenthesis, right parenthesis, and then echo that $sign fruit, and that variable fruit that is here. It will go through each item in the list, each element in the list, and it will print them. So just this is one of the program for each. And then the way I did it for each of these command, I also show you here like a command of it inside the terminal, like catting the file. So that is the content of that file actually here. And you have here something like you can run commands as well here. So you could run the script, or you could just do it a command here, type in pwd, or just simple Linux commands. You could just see that you could get information out of it in the command line. So as if you're sitting inside a Unix machine. It is not just limited to a few commands, but yes, I'm watching for security of it. So you cannot do a remove star.txt file or something, or the bash script or anything. Anything that you do, try to remove it. For example, a lot of the novice people say, oh, I can do rm or nsrf the star.txt you could do, or star.sh or something. Any command that I'm not allowing it, no matter what you type in, I'll detect that. So if you do, like, for example, pwd and then do a rm star.sh, it will just tell you that you're not going to do it. Similarly for redirection and other ones. But if you're running like my script, say f-statement.sh, and that will run as the script is there, which I'm going to show you next. And then that would say the value of 5 is greater than the value of 10. So, and again, if you go back to the website page of, let me just go to that one, because I used the command a few times, so I have to collect back a lot. So I'm going to go to the main page here, MyWebUniversity.com, and then just go here and then go to chapter 5 from there. So chapter 5 here, if you just browse here and click on chapter 5, you will be going there. And then here, notice that for each statement, if you run it, this one is simply like as if you're running it on that statement here. Remember, I did the ./f statement. So you could do similarly if the script name is for each statement. This interface allow you to run for each .c shell, I think was. And yeah, just you could also run it that way, and you get the same output here. So you're very welcome to just practice them. at my server, and then you don't need Unix or Linux operating system installed. But please make sure you show your support by making some nice comments and the areas that it needs to be improved for your needs. I'll make adjustments, as well as make some kind of like just watch some of these ones, and if you like the banners, just click on them so you show your support. As well as maybe if you're like buying a book or going to see the advertisement that is some percentage off, obviously that would help you as well. And then the other thing that you could do, for example, the if statement that I was showing you, for example, if statement in Bourne shell, this is the script in the path here. Because this video is going to be long, if I have to go through each one of them, I'll make a separate video later. I'm going to just right now show you, if I go to the command line for these scripts that are here, basically, for example, the cat, let me do the cat -n f dash statement dot sh. So you can see here that if statement that is there for if statement, and here is this one is if else statement. So if I do cat -n if else statement, that's also a Bourne shell. So it's not bash, it's Bourne shell, the default shell. So at the time, now it's your shell is basically bash here. So whatever your shell, you can run the script and get into another C shell or other syntax. So right here, the C shell, those file script here, cat f.c shell, you can see. If I just say f.c shell here, it will just run those statement based on the what it was on the f.c shell. This is basically printing soccer, football, and everything. Similarly, the one with the C shell, the for each statement. So if I say for each the C shell, you could just see the output of the for each statement here. We can also click on the browser. You can practice it there because you're not in the interface to run it. Here, I could also do store.sh, and then, for example, the f-args .sh. So I'm asking for 2 arguments to be passed on. And here the script, if you look at the content of it, cat -n f-args.sh, 5 more, you can see I'm asking for 2 arguments, $1, $2 to be passed. And if the value is not there, this function usage will run. If the argument, otherwise it is going to do the comparison. Right here, it's going to either call the function usage or call the comparison. This is where the main of the shell script starts. So if the number of argument, for example, I run it like this, it says, okay, the number of argument is less than 2, therefore it's going to call the usage function, and the usage function here, it says that $0, meaning that the name of the program, which is fargs this, and then it's going to show this output here as it did in the past here. But if you just gave 1 argument like 10, it's not going to just do it. Also, it says you gave 1 argument but not the second argument. So now if I say 5, it's going to just say the value of 10 is greater than the value. The numbers doesn't have to be those 2 that I provided. This $1, whatever you pass in, the $1 and $2, those 2 arguments are there, and it's going to compare those 2. Similarly for the for each statement. And then for the awk programming, I'm just going to show you a quick things from the command line with Bourne shell and sh and corn shell and everything. And then we will just introduce you to these, and then subsequent videos, I will make more details on each of these shells with if statement, for statement, while statement, and then looping, writing function, and branching, and all that things is going to be more clear. So as of now, if I just want to show you the f then else statement. Let's see, ls minus l f star. So this is one that says f else statement. Notice the f else statement has this syntax because I'm using the sh Bourne shell. Is going to compare this condition, which is between this brackets, value 1 equal value 2. This dash equal is a comparison of numbers. If it was dash dash two dashes with equal sign, that would be comparison of strings. So that's a different syntax. And then it's going to say then these are the value are equal. Otherwise, ELF, meaning that if that one was not the case, compare if this is greater than the other one. If it is not compare, then else is going to be true and the value is smaller than the value 2. So that would be there. So if I just run this script here and then say this, and then it says, okay, the value of 5 is less than 10, because here we're not reading the argument. Even if I don't provide any argument, it has a default value of value 1 is less than 5, 5, and then value 2 is 10. So you can make a comparison based on the number of ways that you can write it. Like this f dash args is that is more generic. So f dash args and then $h 6 is less than let's say I'm going to say 555 and then 10. So obviously 555 is greater than this. But if I make this one a large number, then say is this 555 is smaller than that number. So you know that your syntax with FL statement is accurate. You have to have a correct return type on those ones. With awk, I'm just going to do a couple of things. So you could do an interactive shell scripting or programming. Why you want to write shell programs? Because you want to write some automation on your system. So your data is directories and files are backed up automatically. Some cron jobs to do some cleaning and report generation. You need shell scripting, and then you sometimes want to produce cleaner directory structure. You write something to do the cleaning there, or back up something, or some sort of automation configuration changes. You want to do it in multiple servers, so you want to write a script that you don't have to do it all the time, and once you make it on one changes, you can do it. A lot of reasons to do shell scripting. And then shell scripting, and whether it's bash, corn shell, z shells, whatever shell, awk programming, whatever you do, it's very much similar to like some programming languages like Python and C and bash, but I mean C and C shell and Go, but those are actual programming language. They're all purpose. So with Python, C, C++, and Go, you could do a lot more than just writing text-based software or the text-based reports. You could do graphics, you could do images, you could do games, you could do on data science, you could do artificial intelligence, AI. You could do a lot of stuff with programming languages such as C and C++ and Python and Go, Swift, and other ones. But with Bash and C Shell and Corn Shell, yes, you can do a lot of things. Sometimes you can call Python and C programs also, and you can do interactively on the operating system. So like if I just say ls minus l here, and then I say, what about, I want to see everything that is grep minus I and .sh. So if anything that have the .sh here extension, and then I'm going to do a backslash skips sequence with regular expression saying that just find the files that has extension of .sh there. And then if I just look for another word for it, for example, say farg, grep minus I f dash args. If arg is good enough on that one, and then let's say I do that one, and then grep out my own grep, so it doesn't show that one. You can see that line. And then if I say while read var do echo, let's say I could just say name of the file name is equal, and then backtick, and then I say echo $var, and then pipe, and then this is field 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So then I could say awk print $9, and then here I now I say echo working on $, $FN now. So I could say now, and then here I could say ls minus ld $FN, and then also I could do cat $FN, and then pipe more, and then done. Let's see why it did not just stop there. Somewhere, yeah, right here, the backtick, I did not close the backtick. So I need to do the same thing here, and then go back to the line where it says backtick. Right here, I could put the backtick here, and then just run it. And now notice that it works exactly as I was doing it here. So it shows the content of it there. Again, with the awk, you can also run something on the fly. Like you could say, echo welcome. Let's just thank you for using, thank you for watching our YouTube channel. So let's say you do that one, and then you could do a command here, and without doing awk, you could also say awk and then print $0, and then that would just print the same message there. But if you want to just say print $1 only with $2, and just say thank you $2, you could do that there. And if you want to say after that, when you say shebang there, say thank you so much, so much. Let's just say something like that. Then you could see that one, and then clearing the screen, and you say this, and then now the output is there. And if you want to just even do something like this, your print before the $1, and just making sure that this is going to be tapped, tap, 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 and then make a few new lines character, and then do it. And now clear the screen. Let's see if awk print $tab, and then right here, you need to just put this one and then comma here. So on the interactive programming, you could do that one easily. So you could put it into a script, and it will generate the same information there for you. And if you just say, well, I like this one, but I want to put some characters here, also some new lines, so it will be to itself. And then notice I have 2 slashes, so that's why. And right here, you could do something like that, and it will just do this. And if you want it to be on the center, obviously, you just say something in front of the thank you. Where's the thank you? Here, somewhere here. You could just say a few taps here. And then that would just clear it. Let's see why the tab awk. So the tab echo, this one, yeah, this is actually coming from the tab here because $1 is there. So I'm going to just have to do right here. And then before I print that thing, I need to do it here. And that would exactly will accomplish what I was looking for. So I'm going to just go back here and say my peace message to the world, and thank you all for watching. And then MyWebUniversity.com free education website. YouTube channel is my channel, and this is the URL. And thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and make some comments so I can just do the videos that you wanted to see. Peace to you all. Take care. Have a good one. Bye bye now.